I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. Rotary Club of Ann Arbor has been serving our community for over 100 years. You can see the stamp they've made all over the area. Every Wednesday they hold a meeting, and this particular one welcomed a member of a local football dynasty.
Jack Harbaugh dedicated his life to helping others on the football field while using those techniques and molding them into life lessons.
We all have that one moment in life when we find out what we want to do and how we want to spend our life. And that came at a very early age, when as a junior high school football player back in 1954. Found out two things that day. I would not go through life scared, and I found out what I wanted to do.
Having Jack Harbaugh here today is absolutely wonderful. He was inspiring, interesting, funny, exciting, and educational.
The qualities and the things we teach in football, you never lie, you never cheat, you never steal, you don't whine, you don't make excuses. Those were all things that made a football team great, but it was also things that made your family great. So we tried to serve those two teams as best we could, one as a father and a husband, and the other as a football coach that dealt with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of players and students over a lifetime.
Understand that you care about people, and to build up on that. It's not the winning, it's not the recruiting, it's the caring of people that you seek to learn about and care further for.
Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly with more news and information. There are many ways to be inclusive with the people in your community, and every year the Down Syndrome Support Team aims to make everyone feel like one during their annual walk.
For over a decade, the Buddy Walk has brought families from all over the area together.
It is a 1-mile leisurely walk to raise awareness and promote acceptance and inclusion for all people with Down syndrome.
I feel like family when I walk in. I mean, I knew people, they come up to say hi. It's like a little area where you just like want to stay because nobody's judging you or coming in, they just are here for you.
It's really about experience and recognizing that these are kids just like every other kid. There's nothing special. You don't have to treat them with kid gloves.
The Buddy Walk had music, fun, and food, and the fundraising supports the Downs community.
The money raised goes towards classes that we provide for our kids. We have karate, swimming, dance. In the summer we have summer speech classes, acting classes. We also purchase books and literature and provide local hospitals such as St. Joe and U of M with literature and books for new families having babies with Down syndrome.
We're more alike than different, and I think that it helps us know that there are differences out there and that's okay to be part of.
The Ann Arbor Farmers Market is in full bloom. Learn all the tips for shopping locally from a market insider in this month's City Roundup in 60.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Willett. I'm the Ann Arbor Farmers Market Manager. We are here right now at the Carytown District neighborhood at the Ann Arbor Farmers Market. The Ann Arbor Market has been around since 1919 and is over 98 years old. So I really encourage you to come out and visit us this summer. We are open year-round, Saturdays and Wednesdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Right now we have so much local produce that's fresh, local, and all of our vendors grow their own products. You can find vegetables here, but you can also find artisans, you can find bread, meat, cheese, crafts. Stop in our office and you can swipe your credit card to receive market bucks and market money to spend. Also, if you have an EBT or bridge card, we can give you market money to spend here with that, plus double your bucks for free with our Double Up Food Buck program. Come take a look. We have corn, heirloom tomatoes, things you won't be able to find in the store right now. It's so fresh. Visit us at a2gov.org/market.
Redbud Productions is doing what they do best, character study, as they unveil the mundane, middle-class existence of Josephine Rosen in Nice Girl. Joining me is director Loretta Grimes and actress Kim Brown for Nice Girl. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thanks, Dana.
I will shout out again to Tim's clipboard, not here today. So why don't you tell me a little bit about Nice Girl and why you decided to put this play on the stage?
We decided to do it. We had, Tim and I are constantly reading scripts, and we found this little gem, and it truly is a little gem. And we decided to give it to Kim about a year ago. She did a scene and scene study with Michelle Durr, and she was just so dynamite. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to do this show? It's a 4-character play, and so Kim signed on, but the cast is stellar, really stellar. It's about this woman who's 37, almost 38, and through circumstances that have happened in her life has ended up kind of staying with her mother. Mm-hmm. So she has a very routine world, and I think deep down she's very sad. She is very insulated. She doesn't have a lot of friends. And her mother is very dependent on her, and so she works at an architectural firm. She is a secretary, and she has worked with this woman for a while, but suddenly they become friends, and this woman's name is Sherry, played by Lisa Coveney, and she's polar opposite of Joe. She's like vibrant, extroverted, party girl, and she really opens Joe up to a world of possibilities. And so there's a lot of change that happens to Joe throughout the course of the play. She also meets someone that she went to high school with who works at the butcher shop, played by Nate Brassfield. And what you find is all of these people are stuck in their lives. When you're young, I was talking to Kim earlier that you think life is going to go down a certain path, mm-hmm. and then through, again, circumstances beyond your control, sometimes it goes in an opposite direction. But I think what's interesting is there's a lot of hope in this play, I think, at the end of the play. And I think you realize that that door is always open. It's there, mm-hmm. that world of possibilities, but you just don't know how to go through it, or you're not ready to go through it. Yeah. And I think by the end of the play, Joe is really ready to go through that door. All the cast is great. Lenore Ferber plays Francine, Joe's mom, and they have some great scenes together. But it's really, it's a touching, funny play. People don't believe me when I say it's funny, but it is. It's a romantic comedy in many ways, but it's got some bone to it, some meat to it, yeah. And that's what I love about it.
Well, Kim, let's talk about your kind of background. So how long have you been doing Redbud?
So I started taking classes with Loretta and Tim through Redbud 2 or 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So it hasn't been that long to be kind of thrown into a starring role in a pretty gritty role that right. is too. I mean, you really have to show your emotions in this play. What have been your big challenges with taking on a role like this for your first show too?
So initially the memorization of the lines was really challenging, and thank goodness I'm surrounded by talented people who've done this many times, and so I get tips and tricks all over the place. Another thing that I never thought would be difficult is the little booklet with the play lines in it is so tiny, and there are a lot of additional details that need to be written in that book, and my book just looks like a mess. I look at it sometimes and it's hard to find the lines now because it's so written in. And then I think just making sure I'm accessing the emotion that fits that moment. That's, sometimes I'll find, wow, this morning I was accessing emotions that were perfect for moments when we were rehearsing last night. And I was just going to get a coffee this morning. So yeah, being in that moment where you want to be at any given time during rehearsal and certainly during the performance is
It's strange too how it kind of takes over your life. I think that you probably are in the spot right now where it's really something that's in a part of your mind, to the back or front of your mind at all times. Because you're getting close to the date where you're actually going to be on the stage. You want to do the best that you can. Yeah. And sometimes I feel like too, I mean, from my own personal experience, was Like you worry that like you're not going to be able to get those emotions when the time comes. Like it's like a scary thought to you. Like I can do it now, but can I do it later?
Exactly.
So when is the show?
The show opens October 26th, and it's the 26th through the 28th at 8 o'clock at Carytown Concert House.
And are you currently taking reservations?
Yes, you can call Carytown or you can do it online. Tickets are $20 for general admission, $25 for we have these little cafe tables around the stage itself, and then $15 for students.
Great. So, Kim, why don't you talk a little bit about what led you to do this? What made you actually want to be in a show? Because I think, I mean, as we all know, it's very time consuming. You have to put a lot into it.
What led me to want to be in a show is absolutely Loretta. So that's an easy answer. What led me to the classes initially was that I was taking improv as something that I thought would help me with public speaking and thinking on my feet, thinking really quickly. And I met people who were taking acting classes through Redbud. And so they said, you just have to take these classes, they're fantastic. And at the time, my daughter had just gone off to college, so I was an empty nester, and I'm single, and I just loved the idea of having classes to take that didn't require a ton of learning physics or math or something. So I started taking Redbud classes, and they're just fantastic, as you know. And so it's always exciting to be able to work with Loretta, and I learned so much about myself and other people, and I love that. It's very, very stimulating and creative, and yeah, just really fun. And so Loretta said and I had loved the role, doing the one scene from the play that she mentioned. So when she said, we are going to do that whole play, do you want to do it? I thought, wow, I've never been offered a cooler opportunity in my life. So,
oh, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
You know, that's the downfall of Loretta. She's so great to work with that you don't ever want to really work with anyone else then either.
Oh.
So we're just about out of time, but if you could both kind of give people a little reason why they should come see this show.
Well, I think it has something for everyone. There is some humor, but it's very poignant and touching, and I think everyone, I was talking to Kim earlier, everyone has felt stuck in their lives and thinking, I don't know what my next step is going to be. And yet you soldier on and you push through and you find another opportunity. And so I think there's all of that in this play, and so I think there's something that everyone can relate to. Also the fact I'm a baby boomer. I have a lot of friends who are taking care of elderly parents, and just the struggle of doing that and putting your life on hold and yet trying to have a life, but you don't feel like you can because so many demands are placed on you. So there's a piece of that too. But again, I think there's a lot of hope in this play that you can do it. It's just keep pushing forward, and you'll find a new opportunity. So I think everyone can find something in that. Yeah.
Did you want to add to that?
I think that just dovetailing from that, the characters are all pretty rich. So each one has something that you'll love and something you'll hate about them.
True.
So I feel like everyone in the audience will have some character they'll relate to, and they'll also probably love and hate something about each of the characters. And so you just can feel it. And it feels very realistic.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. I think the beauty of this playwright is she was an actress, so she's really an actor's playwright. So the language is very current and very real. And I think the biggest challenge has been there are a lot of overlaps in this play. So like hundreds of overlaps.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like an average play might have a dozen.
Yeah.
And so, but it's the language, don't you agree, Kim, is just very real.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on the show.
Thanks,
Thank
Dana.
you.
Visit a2gov.org/watch CTN for more on this and other programs. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.